This is Mark. I'm reading The God Delusion by Richard Dawkins. And he has gotten to the point. I've read about 100 pages. I'm in the third chapter. I'm trying to finish up the third chapter. I read some last night. This is the 30th of June, 2025. We're in 2025. We're in July 1st is tomorrow. We have Independence Day, which I could care less about in the United States. Call me unpatriotic, ungrateful. I'm grateful, that's for sure. I'm grateful. Thanks to God that we live in a country where we're supposed to have limits on government. We don't seem to anymore. Nobody cares about the Constitution. Nobody cares about the Constitution. They only bring it up when they want something. No, they don't care about what anybody else has or what anybody else should have or their freedoms. So I was reading Richard Dawkins, and I've gotten to the point where he said nothing exploded. His explanation. Dr. Dawkins is a smart man. If Dr. Dawkins really wrote The God Delusion, we don't know who wrote The God Delusion. We have no evidence that Dr. Dawkins wrote it down. It could be ghost written and attributed to Dr. Dawkins. We don't know who wrote The God Delusion. That's the attitude that atheists come with about God. We don't know who wrote. We don't know who wrote the New Testament. We don't know who wrote the Old Testament. We don't know who wrote the Bible. So God, but I've heard him say, they used to say there was a big mass of matter, and that big mass of matter exploded. But they had a problem. They didn't want to say a big mass of matter exploded because someone would say, well, where did the mass come from? So Dr. Dawkins has been saying nothing exploded. So I've got a solution. You know where God came from? Who is the father of God? Well, nothing. Nothing was the father of God. How's that? Yeah, but how did God get his love? And it's just nature. Nature gave God his love. It's just part of the natural universe, part of the natural physical universe. Nothing exploded, and there was God with hands and feet, and he was a spirit, and when you see nothing, that could turn into something. Dr. Dawkins says it could turn into just tons and tons, megatons of matter, just beyond the wildest imagination, just from nothing. So God came from nothing. Who was God's father? God's father was nothing. There you go. Thank you. You're welcome.